the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAMB has announced the approved admission benchmarks for tertiary institutions across Nigeria for the 2026 academic session. The decision was reached during the annual policy meeting on admissions held in Abuja, where education stakeholders deliberated on admission requirements, screening processes, and reforms aimed at improving transparency and access to higher education. Our correspondent, Marian Inakimion, completes the report.
Education Board JAMB has approved 150 as the minimum cut-off mark for admission into public and private universities for the 2026 academic section. The decision was reached at the 2026 policy meeting on admission held in Abuja Monday, attended by the Minister of Education Tunji Alausa alongside stakeholders from tertiary institutions across the country. Alausa stated that the approved benchmark remains the same as last year despite proposals from institutions ranging between 130 and 220 before voting was conducted. JAMB also fixed 150 as minimum admission cut-off mark for colleges of nursing sciences nationwide, an increase from the 140 benchmark used in the previous year. For polytechnics, the minimum cut-off mark was retained at 100.
Minimum score for you to be admitted to any monotechnic or polytechnic in this country today now stands at 100. If you score 100 less than 100, you cannot be admitted. For colleges of nursing, the minimum score is 150. Anything less than that, you cannot be admitted to any of the colleges of nursing. For universities, the minimum score is 150 to be admitted to any of our universities, both public and private.
The meeting also resolved that candidates seeking admission into NCE programs in colleges of education will no longer be required to sit for Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME).
Accordingly, candidates seeking admission into the NCE program who possess a minimum of 4 credits will no longer be required to sit for the UTME. However, it is imperative to emphasize that such candidates shall mandatorily register with JAMB and their credentials shall be duly screened, verified and certified for the insurance of admission to our CAFs in accordance with extant regulations.
JAMB Registrar Isha Koloide said institutions willing to conduct post-UTME screening are permitted to do so, but warned that screening fee must not exceed 2,000 naira. He added that no institution is allowed to request results updates from candidates, noting that JAMB would directly provide verified candidate data to institutions to curb impersonation and examination malpractice.
But the gross charge for screening should not exceed 2,000 naira only. If it is not allowed for any institution to make candidates directly or indirectly incur other expenses like paying service provider and all the rest, no institution is allowed to recapture, demand any result upload, photograph or biometric from any candidate. Rather, the pictures and the result of candidates supplied by JAMB should be used for the exam.
I also wish to emphasize the importance of aligning admissions with national manpower needs and emerging global realities. Institutions must continue to prioritize programs that equip graduates with relevant skills, entrepreneurial competencies, digital literacy, and the capacity to contribute meaningfully to national development in the 21st century economy.
Stakeholders at the meeting expressed optimism that the new admission guidelines will strengthen the integrity of the admission process while ensuring wider access to tertiary education for qualified candidates. JAMB says institutions are expected to strictly comply with the approved benchmark and admission procedures as preparations begin for the 2026 academic section. From Abuja, Marian Inakimion, MITV Plus News.